Welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. We'll start with Bitcoin at number 1, followed by Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Cardano, Dogecoin, and then we'll end it with Solana at number 10. Let's get straight into it. Bitcoin against USD. We have not been doing anything much, but if you look at it on the weekly, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you would call a shooting star. On the weekly. A weekly shooting star, ladies and gentlemen. This is not good at all. It's not good at all. This means that more likely than not, there should be more downside, because the reason is that there's still selling pressure. But at the same time, we are already oversold on the RSI. You see these boys and girls? We are oversold. So we see a head and shoulders, right? It's very weird. There's a lot of conflicting information everywhere. We see a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders are reversal chart patterns. But if you look at the RSI, we are already oversold, which means that, okay, in this situation, right, I mean, of course, trading, anything can happen, right? But in this situation, I will wait for a proper consolidation first before doing anything. I mean, of course, we could just zip down like that for sure. But yes, there is a head and shoulders bearish chart pattern, but at the same time, we are above the skinny pink line. So the trend is really bullish for Bitcoin. Right, of course, we still have a head and shoulders. Head and shoulders are bearish reversals. So it's like, we're anticipating reversals. Yes, we're anticipating more downside, but we're already oversold. I'm not saying that just because we're oversold, we can't drop any lower. It's just that it's not a wise decision to open shots when things are oversold, to anticipate more downside. Again, the conditions need to be right for us to consider any move for Bitcoin, right? Let me just give you an example, but this is a much bigger one. If you look at way back before we collapsed, May in 2022, right? Early 2022, we completed a head and shoulders over here, a very big head and shoulders, right? And then we zipped down. The first time we dropped over here, right? We were already in oversold territory, right? So you'd be like, is this gonna drop or lower? Are we gonna get a head and shoulders drop? Yeah, no, bro, we are oversold. So when things are oversold, it's not a good idea to open shots, right? You will have to wait for a consolidation, wait for a rally first. And so eventually we did rally. There was a rally that came before we dropped lower. Of course, we didn't go into overbought, right? But the point is, we rallied first before dropping lower. Of course, this is in a bigger scale from the bottom of when we were oversold to the top over here. It took about 65 days. I think it's going to be shorter. Again, I still would anticipate a proper consolidation first if we were to consider opening shots. Again, this situation is also different from this situation. Reason being that we are already under the skinny pink line. So we can open shots, to be honest, with more confidence because we're already under the skinny pink line. So we respect the bearish trend. We were aware that once we crossed the skinny pink line, the bearish trend was already on. We retested the skinny pink line, and then after that, yeah, we collapsed. This was a good time for us because we made very good trades in altcoins. Altcoins were dropping even further than, further and faster than Bitcoin. But anyway, the point is, yeah, again, there's some conflicting information. I am not entirely sure. I can't say with confidence that this is going to be a high likelihood of a reversal because, again, there's conflicting information everywhere for Bitcoin, right? But we're hopeful that this would happen. And then, yeah, maybe we can consider a short. But I suspect even if we were to see a zip lower, this could also turn into a double bullish divergence, right? A lower low on the price, but a higher low on the MACD, higher low on the RSI, which means that potentially we could also be reversing back up. Potentially. I mean, depends on the intensity of the zip down, right? If this is a real fast zip down, then yeah, things will probably be very bearish. But if it's a very slow zip down, then I suspect this whole thing could become an ABCDE, right? Right on top of the skinny pink line. We could do something like this as well. So, if we were to do this, it's still very early, right? We are just here. So there's still, excuse me, a lot that we can't see. So we just can't say for sure at this point of time. We need to give the whales of Bitcoin more time to do their thing first before we call any targets or whatever, right? Again, we still don't have any convincing information yet, but yeah, we are adamant that more likely than not the direction is down. Moving on would be Ethereum against BTC. So this is Ethereum against BTC. Ethereum is following in a very nice slow move towards the downside. Falling channel of sorts. This is beautiful. This means that potentially Ethereum could be heading lower. Higher. There could be a zip up. Right. But we're also anticipating it to hit our 0.055 target over here. So again, we're still expecting more downside for Ethereum as well. Every time we drop, we have been in a proper consolidation, right? Zip lower. Yeah, probably zip lower as well. But again, we already oversold, right? We oversold over here. So you might expect us to continue towards 0.055, but again, we're already oversold. Not a good idea. If you wanted to open a short over here, nope. This would be a very good area for profit taking. But anyway, if you were to maintain your short, eventually you will hit target number 1, right? So there was a rally, drop lower. Again, we're already oversold, super oversold. But again, we can't just be opening shorts just because things are very bearish, right? There was a rally, more likely than not, more downside coming on for Ethereum BTC. I don't think we're done yet. More likely than not, we'll be hitting close, if not our target at 0.055. 0.055 BTC, right? Moving on would be Ethereum against USDT. So for Ethereum against USDT, we are, again, I don't really like what I see. The reason being that this is a mountain range, rising wedge. Huge potential of us dropping towards 666, the devil's number. Could we just start reversing from here? Of course we could. Well, we're hitting the skinny pink line. We're coming back down. Bitcoin is different. Bitcoin is still above the skinny pink line. So there is no clear, but for Ethereum, we're already hitting the skinny pink line. Even if we zip lower, we will anticipate a rally, and this rally could still bring us lower. I mean, of course, we are hopeful that Ethereum could just start reversing back up, right? This whole thing could really be a very nice setup for an inverse head and shoulders. Potentially, but we're under the skinny pink line. I don't like what I see. I think there's still going to be more downside. And yeah, again, oversold. We are in a rally of sorts, consolidation rally. More downside to be expected for Ethereum. But how much lower? Over here, we're devoid of targets all the way until 666. So we're not entirely sure what the Ethereum whales are trying to do, right? It's just not really that obvious for the shorter term. We don't see any clear downside targets. So Ethereum, we still have 2 targets towards the top and 1 target towards the bottom. So we're open to the possibility of things heading both ways, right? It's just we're not entirely sure. So it's a paralysis for Ethereum at this point of time. For Bitcoin as well, we are leaning towards the bearish side of things, but we need more information, right? More actionable information. BNB BTC, here we are for BNB. Again, I say expect more downside for BNB. Again, we're already severely oversold. There is a rally, right? Oversold. You see this? Oversold over here, rally. We're still expecting more downside. We're expecting these 2 lows to be taken out. No clear high quality chart patterns towards the downside. You can cut across and call this. No, not really. Yeah, no, it's just not really that clear. So my guess is BNB is in the midst of a wave A. And then once we're done, we get a B, C, D, E out. That's my guess. Again, not much actionable information for BNB, BTC. Against USD, here we still have our 173 and $122 target. If anything, if for the worst case scenario, if Binance really does drop towards single digits, I mean, if it is all pure FUD, right, I think it's a very good buy. Anything under $100 for Binance, but of course we'll probably see clear reversals eventually, right? So, but my point is that we still expect more downside for BNB, right? And Binance is again super oversold. Very oversold at the moment, and we are in some sort of a rally, but no clear continuation chart patterns towards the downside. This could already be it. We could be zipping higher. We may not be taking out these lows, and yeah, we could still be heading higher, but this would not be good. Why? Because this would will form a proper high quality descending triangle. We're at risk of dropping much lower, past 122. But at this point of time, yeah, it's still very bearish. So, not a good idea to be opening shorts. Not at this point of time. Going long, again, this is not a bullish reversal chart pattern. So, there's nothing much for us to work with for BNB. Not at this point of time. XRP against BTC. What a disappointment, right? SEC. And anything for us to work with? Nope. Are we in an accumulation? Yeah. Could we just start zipping up from here? We're not too sure. Could we also zip lower, sweep up all of these lows before starting a reversal? Of course. Nothing was to work with. So yeah, the chart pattern in the smaller time frames is just not as obvious. In the bigger time frames, yes. Smaller one, no. So we're not entirely sure. XRP against USDT. Here we are for XRP. Okay, for XRP, we could form a head and shoulders. And we could zip down very, very low, right, to 16 cents potentially. But I need to see the the right shoulder first. If this whole thing is a left shoulder, this whole thing is a head, I need to see the right shoulder. But if we see a right shoulder, this is going to bring us into 2024. And if we were to zip lower, it's going to take several months. This could push on past Bitcoin halving, which is very unlikely, right? Not impossible, but yeah, again, nothing much for us to work with at this point of time. So we're gonna have to proceed with caution. ADA against BTC. Here we are for ADA. Okay, so for ADA, there is a head and shoulders. Ta-da! You see this? Ta-da! It's very clear support over here. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Phew! We've been anticipating these lows to be taken out though for several weeks, months even. We're anticipating the 786 level to be hit. So we have a target fresh out of the oven at 730. We're 991, so this is still another 26% more towards the downside. But ADA is huge accumulation, huge. And if and when the breakout happens for ADA, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, but this could be many years in the making though. We might not be flying out at 2025. It might be pushed towards 2028 before we see any sort of moonshot, right? This could be 2028, yeah, before we see, craziness. So yeah, but ADA is looking very beautiful to me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I kind of like what I see for ADA BTC. ADA USDT. Okay, ADA USDT is a bit it's so ugly. Technicals are very ugly. I would also assume us to see a reversal. How much lower are we gonna go? I'm not too sure. We didn't get a head and shoulders like what we got on the BTC pair for ADA. This is just stray wicks here and there, and not really that clear. You can cut through this, call this a descending if you want to, but it's not really that pretty. No, there's nothing much for us to work with. So we're gonna next ADA for now. Doge against BTC. Here we are for Dogecoin. We're already oversold for Dogecoin, but there's already a double bullish divergence, right? Lower low on the price, but higher low on the MACD, higher low on the RSI. Ta-da! So there could be a reversal though for Dogecoin. Not too sure myself. I don't really like what I see. No clear signs of a reversal yet. We could still zip all the way back down. Nothing much for us to work with for Doge BTC, Doge USDT. Yeah, Doge USDT, we have two targets over here. Targets which we acquired way back on the 12th of June at 2.7 and 2.23 cents, and then potentially 2 cents, right? If Bitcoin does a deep fall, yeah, it's going to pull Dogecoin down together with it. Again, and this is a huge descending triangle. Beautiful support line that I would anticipate it to eventually break. So sub 3 cents and then 2 cents for Doge USD. It's just not really looking that good to me. It is not looking good. I would anticipate more downside. Of course, we could just zip a little bit lower, and then there could be a break towards the upside, right? If we were to rise up past here, yeah, this will be an invalidation of everything, and then things could start switching bullish, right? But at this point of time, yeah, we still remain bearish for Dogecoin. Solana SOL against BTC. Here we are for SOL. Again, we still stand by our $2,000 target, which is 20,000 satoshis target. We're at 7,006. More downside, very likely, right? There are two dips over here, so there's a very nice clear support line. Are we gonna revisit the support line, or are we gonna break higher above the skinny pink line? Not too sure ourselves. We are not too sure ourselves. If we rose higher, right, and we take out the right shoulder over here of the head and shoulders, then of course we will consider this as invalidated. At this point of time, yeah, it's just not really that clear. So we're gonna take things one step at a time for Solana. Sol against USD, yeah, it feels to me like a rising wedge. Not good. Same thing as well against the BTC pair. If we were to take out the right shoulder, right, this is a right shoulder, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. We take out the right shoulder, that's it. We switch bullish. Until then, we anticipate $2 to be hit. 2,000 on the BTC pair, $2 on the USD pair. Right, rising wedge, break lower. $2.22. We could also morph into something else like I don't know, head and shoulders over here, right? And still head lower towards 222, of course. But yeah, we were marking around the skinny pink line, so we might form some sort of a consolidation and continue higher, of course, but nothing much for us to work with chart pattern wise. So yeah, there we go. Alright, boys and girls, I guess that's it for today's top 10 crypto TA. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Ta-ta!